Legendary weapons in Deepwoken used to be considered the pinnacle of rarity. If you had one, you were basically treated like a god. However, with the recent trend of weekly updates supplying a new legendary weapon almost every week, it seems people are starting to spark the question, are legendary weapons really still legendary? Today, we are going to be breaking down the current problems with the legendary weapon system and why it might be one of the worst things for Deepwoken currently. So if you're ready to dive into this cesspool with me, make sure to subscribe to the channel and let's begin. When it comes to legendary weapons, balancing them is a really tricky situation. You have weapons like the Wraith Claws that feel severely underpowered, and then you have the weapons like the Pyre's Keeper, which is undoubtedly one of the best legendary weapons in Deepwoken's history, period. However, people time and time again feel as if these legendary weapons are made to be as strong as they are, so that way it doesn't deter people from just using other weapons over them. Legendary weapons are supposed to be the strongest, and not overshadowed by a weapon like the Warden Ceremonial Sword, for example. This is the dilemma legendary weapons faced, and it simply just stems from a problem of bad balancing. One of the best examples of this would be the Curved Blade of the Winds. Even though it has a innate aftercut and its investment is extremely low for a legendary, the scaling and damage, however, just cannot justify using this weapon over any other medium weapon, or even just a hero blade for that matter. This doesn't go for every legendary weapon though, as weapons like the Pyre's Keeper and Crypt Blade are still held up to be the best legendary weapons of their most respective elements for reasons like damage, scaling, combo potential, and a lot more. Especially when you factor in weapons that aren't even legendary, like Kanabo, True Seraph, Tonto, Wardens, Darksteel, etc. The difference between a good and bad legendary compared to base weapons is night and day almost. But unfortunately, sometimes for a legendary weapon to even be considered good, it's practically required to be broken, and that's why weapons like Winter may feel weak. The weapon, however, isn't weak though, it's just balanced, and in the wise words of typesoul's owner Cetro, just because something is balanced doesn't mean it's not good. And even though this saying may be true, with the current way Deepwoken's balancing is operating, if the weapon isn't broken or has cheese to abuse on release, then it gets shoved aside. Sadly, however, performance of legendary weapons isn't the only problem though. Like I said beforehand in the intro of this video, legendary weapons and their rarity have drastically changed over the course of months. Let this be from things such as Layer 2, Diluvian, Hell Mode, Buffed Rates, or my most personal hated feature, 2x Chest. I mean, at this point, why not just have it permanently on, Arch? Come on, just stop baiting PvE on the weekends, man. Ugh. Anyway though, with the rarity of these legendary weapons decreasing, however, the uniqueness in each one and the uniqueness in builds that we are running is severely impacted by this. Back when Railblade used to be considered the best weapon in the game, only a few people had it because of the difference in rates and loot compared to today's day and age. Unfortunately though, times have changed in Deepwoken. Legendary weapons are easily accessible, whether that be from PvE or even PvP as a whole, and we are even now receiving legendary weapons almost every single goddamn week, man. It all, like, oh my god, I can't even continue with this segment. It's making me sad, man. Like, we're receiving a new legendary weapon every single week almost. They're just coming out the gate, OP, 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 OP. They get over nerfed, they get chilled aside. Oh, guess what? Next week, guess what? We're gonna drop another legendary weapon, and then another legendary weapon. Oh, you want some armor schematics? Go ahead. But where's Conquest though? Where's World Events? Man, where's Void Tower, man? I'm like, oh my god. But no, we're getting legendary weapons every single week. Yo, guy, level 1, you want a legendary weapon? Go get a chest, random bandit chest right now. Open that puppy up, Curved Blade of the Winds, right in there. Like, I can't even continue with this segment, man. Just move on to the next one, bro. Now, looking back at the simplicity and the old way legendary weapons felt, they truly felt like they were unique and special to whatever build you were using them on. From Crypt Blade to even the Grand Sudaruska when Layer 2 released. They all had creativity, an actual feeling of a rarity that, let that be from, you know, farming or getting extremely lucky in Layer 2. They were somewhat balanced at the time and even currently somewhat agree, and weren't completely meta-defying and game-change worthy as most legendary weapons are today. Now, unfortunately, I never got around to playing Deepwoken back in Layer 1, but I can say that when I got my first legendary weapon, it really did feel special. It had felt like an achievement of sorts for conquering all my hardships the first time I got into the game. Now, getting a legendary weapon now just feels like more notes to add into my bank at this point. Now, let's quickly compare two legendary weapons from the same element and do a breakdown of positives and negatives in a sense that these both have for the game. Now, let's go with the Pleekski's Inferno and the Pyre's Keeper, for example. These are both classified as a flame elemental legendary weapon. One is a medium and one is a heavy with a light scaling. Okay, they both have similar investments, however, and when it comes to gameplay aspects, this is where it really starts to ramp up. Pleekski's has two unique criticals, a standing and a running projectile critical. Pyre's Keeper has 5, a sliding, a running, standing, crouching, and an aerial critical. Mind you that before the nerfs, these practically all had hyper armor. Like, who thought of this? And with the Inferno quest, it was, mainly a quest based around the lore of a follower of Pleaksky himself, and you fought with him to obtain the weapon. For Firekeeper, man, just go around, find some chests, kill Primadon, hell, go fish for the weapon, go ahead. But it feels like the weapons that Deepwoken actually cares about and, take time with in a sense, always come out a lot more sloppily balanced and put together, as we can see from the almost day and night difference of the Inferno and Firekeeper from gameplay down to the obtainment itself. If we can learn anything from the Inferno, however, it's... Just like we were talking about in the previous chapter, Pleaksky's Inferno is a perfect example of a legendary weapon done right. Another legendary weapon that's also a great example would be the Criswinter, a newly added legendary frost spear found in a lore quest from Layer 2. This weapon isn't game breaking, it doesn't have 5 unique criticals, you don't need to go and kill 17 hive mechs to obtain it while having, having 1 bit or destined on it. It's a simple lore weapon that has a good investment, balanced criticals, and a unique effect. That's how to properly do a legendary weapon, Deepwoken. You don't need to feel as if you don't constantly drop a legendary weapon every single week, otherwise, oh, the game's gonna get dry, guys, stop with it, where are the updates, where's the content? Or, oh, this weapon needs to be overpowered to deal half a bar per M1, otherwise it isn't a legendary weapon. Just stop rushing things, look back, and just take your time. There's beauty in simplicity, and a legendary weapon stem from that exact same concept. Even while recording this video on update day, my point has been proven again. We just got a whole legendary medium weapon as I'm recording this right now, called the Soul Thorn after the Wraithclaw. I give up, Deepwoken, you win. Legendary weapons are never gonna be changed until Conquest, man. I can't anymore, man. If we can learn anything from the legendary weapon system, it is how to correctly drop content, let's say. I feel like the way that they used to do legendary weapons felt like it was actually, oh my god, we're getting something cool, we're getting something new. And now every single week it's just like, I wonder what kind of OP weapon they're gonna drop. I wonder what kind of OP schematic. I wonder what kind of OP oath. We're not getting an oath, but you guys get what I mean though. Every single week it seems like it's the repeated same thing. We get a busted legendary weapon, it's nerfed the next week, repeat until Conquest drops. And the reason that they're doing this mainly is to kind of just make us lay off of asking, where's Conquest, where's the updates, where's the content, and this is kind of their way of doing it. Is it a good way of doing it? No, but to each is their own though, and that's about it, man. My name is Tana, and if you guys did enjoy the video, please make sure to go down there and subscribe to the channel, as it is free and helps out a ton. Make sure to like the video if you did enjoy, and join my Discord server linked in the description. Again, like I've said in my previous video as well, I am in schooling right now, so I apologize if in any part of this video, I might have gotten a fact wrong or something. Please make sure to correct me in the comments, as I'm trying to learn. And I love y'all, and I'll see you on the next one, man. Tana, out.